What's punk rock?
Don't ask me that one. You remember what happened last time they asked me that one?
Punk rock is shaving your head and getting a mohawk. That's punk.
Within Tucson is a small but loyal group of punks whose main bond seems to be the music and its message. Virtually the only place to find punk music in Tucson is at Rex Records, run by Chris Olivas and Joey Furno.
The scene is constantly changing. There's new bands coming out and new records coming out virtually probably 5 a day, you know, new records and new bands starting up, and that's exactly what the scene is trying to promote. A sort of anybody can do it, a do-it-yourself attitude where you can start a band, you can record in the studio, you can put out a record, you can play in front of people, and you don't have to conform to anybody's standards except for your own. And that's one of the main goals in the scene, in the alternative music scene, is to put music out that doesn't fit a standard, and hopefully sometimes it has a statement and says something. And there's good magazines out that have all the current bands that are out and that people can read up on them, and if they're interested in them, then we try to carry a lot of the stuff that nobody's ever even heard of them. Oh sure, one of the biggest magazine for alternative music in the underground scene is a magazine called Maximum Rock and Roll. Most of the stuff is underground. It's alternative, word of mouth, things like that. And a lot of the bands, they go on tour to promote the music.
Chris Olivas has operated 2 local punk clubs, the Danger Zone and Rex Club. They've provided both local and out-of-town music. These were all-ages clubs serving no alcohol, which was important, says Chris, because most punk fans are underage.
This is unique for us to have a non-alcoholic place where anybody, any age, can come down for Tucson.
That's the way it should be anyway.
Oh,
you know, have all the kids, everybody.
I don't drink. I don't know about you.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, over 21 clubs for this kind of music is real hard. A lot of people go out into that. Yeah.
But punk clubs have a hard time surviving in Tucson. Rex Club had to close its doors in February of this year, after being open only a few short months.
Bands that are, got spiked mohawks and different colored hair and stuff. People are, I don't know, they feel threatened by it, I think. And when you have the punk scene and the people, they're not more aggressive than any other scene, except for maybe on the dance floor or something like that, and they just don't like it, so they have a scapegoat, and they usually close the clubs down.
love each other.
Are all the crowds like this? The crazy wardrobe?
Yeah, it's Halloween every time we come, you know.
Any major problems on stage with some of this?
They're great.
No, but they're great. You ever have anybody beat you up or, you know,
No.
grab at your pants? Come
We're
on.
radical. Everybody knows we're tough, and they're afraid of us. So.
Oh, they're afraid of you.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of us, but we're cool to them. They know probably what we're talking. You know, we're about them. So why would they want to beat us up?
Nobody has any
You know,
reason.
mom and dad at home get frightened when they see all this, but you
Well,
guys
they just don't understand that it's just a way.
Rock and roll was always meant to be frightening. Like when mom and dad in the 50s saw Elvis, they got frightened.
Right.
And so this is just that same thing. Then all of a sudden the Beatles came out and the Stones, and they were frightened again in the 60s. And now it's us and MIA in the 80s. And I don't do this for the money. I just do it because I love the kids. I love the kids. Basically.
I do it for the money.
Oh yeah.
I do it for the money.
Yeah. Didn't you see our limo out front?
Yeah.
We came in that stretch.
Obviously, you do it for
Roll
the money.
stretch.
Well, explain to me why everybody dances like that.
Well,
Is
it's
there
not.
like a thought process?
Do you want to know why everybody dances like that, or why everybody dances like that,
Nice talking
Sort
with you.
of.
or why everybody
Thank you.
dances like that, or why everybody
I
It
wanna
started
know why
out like
everybody
this.
dances like that.
started out like this.
Started out like that, and then it moved around
And then it
kind of
went
horizontal.
And then it kind of went like
Yeah,
this.
see,
this.
at first it was all vertical, right?
Right.
Then it got a little horizontal,
Now it's practically all over.
and then the music got fast, and then it became like crazy.
I noticed they're always yelling faster, faster.
Yeah, but it's like people that don't understand it, like you got to relate it to like tackle football. Like it's not like you're out to hurt anybody and hurt your buddies. It's like part of the game. It's
Well,
all,
as you can see out there, if somebody falls down, everybody runs to pick them
They
up.
pick 'em right back
yeah,
up and throw
it's
them
all
back in.
fair.
Oh,
Like
it's great.
the only people that ever cause problems are the people that don't understand.
The only thing that I think that's going to happen that could really kill the scene here is violence amongst the people in the scene, and that's happened in a lot of the scenes around the country. They have problems with racism and sexism and things like that, and that hasn't really touched Tucson yet. We have a pretty good unity here, and most of the people that go to the shows know each other, and they don't alienate other people. A lot of them encourage other people to come to the shows and do things like that. So we're pretty lucky here in Tucson.
We don't want it to end up like Phoenix, because Phoenix
girls get raped in the bathroom, and a kid got killed. He got run over like a couple weeks ago at a show, and people get so drunk they get out of hand.
I'd like to see my hair turn up, but I'm in the clouds. Doesn't really mean I'm a man too proud. Maybe we're brainwashed, forced to be made. No way, confronted, use the mind of things. Doesn't look like each other. Doesn't compare to another. Doesn't look like each other. I'd like to see my hair turn up, but I'm in the clouds. Doesn't really mean I'm a man too proud. Maybe we're brainwashed, forced to be made. No way, confronted, use the mind of things. Doesn't look like each other. Doesn't compare to another. Doesn't look like each other.
It's kind of become passé to be alternative, punk or whatever you want to call it, and now it's no big deal anymore in the major cities to be dressed weird or anything like that. Whereas here, it's still a statement and still looked upon as something different and odd.
What's the statement?
The statement? It's just, I think a statement's different for everybody. Okay, you've got some people that are saying, we want to change the world, or we don't want to look like everybody else, or we want anarchy. Basically, when somebody gets dressed up and they do that, they are making a statement. They're saying, I'm different from you. Maybe you should be interested in what I'm talking about. And then, you've got the people that are they just dress up because it looks cool. They think it looks cool.
Oh, pretty fashionable, dude. Like creep.
Everyone's a creep around here.
I know, they're all like, they're putting them down, and we're just
spend
asking
all their
them
money on
questions.
buying the clothes that everybody else is wearing. It's a waste of money. They're all working on looking like everybody else, and they should just try and be who they are. That's how all this U of A is. People
It's how
walking around
everything is.
looking like everybody
It's
else.
how life is. And, I mean, it doesn't matter how you dress. It's all an idea. For us, it's like a way of life because you gotta live it to be it. You can't just be a weekend punk. Oh, I'm gonna spike my hair up and be punk this weekend.
Skins, these are Doc Martens. They cost $70. They're from England. You can tell I'm one of those rich punks. This is what poser punks wear. They're factory boots.
Lenny's a big poser.
They're factory, that's what it says in the bathroom at all the clubs. Lenny's the biggest poser in town. But anyways, these are $70 factory boots from England, but a friend gave them to me. Because I couldn't afford them. He's such a nice guy. But these are what all the skinheads wear, because it's like the skin thing to do. Red suspendies. See those? That's way skin. You don't see no punks with no red suspendies.
No, see, I don't wear them.
Or no Doc Martens. But
I got my homemade Doc. See, I got my red belt, see? Shines in the light.
But we don't really like this stuff, but our moms make us dress up.
How many piercings do you have in your ear?
Right now, 4.
4. And this is part of the culture, part of the symbolism.
I just do it to be cool.
That's why I wear this. They told me I'd be cool if I wore this.
I guess. I don't know why everyone pierces their ears. I do it so I can wear jewelry.
Now, you know, the
I'm
people,
jealous of girls.
Mom and Dad say that it's because you're into self-mutilation, but that's not it at all.
No, Mom and Dad think it's because I'm a homosexual.
We'll give him a good haircut. We'll give him one of them, like, one of them new oh, should give him the punk rock lip ones? We'll give him one of the latest in looks right now. This is what's the big thing at Rex right now. There we go. Let's make a part. Let's just trim some of this off right here. Let's just trim off a little bit. The way we get this layered look is the making of a punk. All it takes is a haircut and some stuff on your pants. Here you go. A new man hat.
What am I edition? They say it's for God. Find something to be greater than a life will be lost. You fight the bloody battles and got you locked away. If what isn't right, don't agree with what they say. Stop the war, stop the murder, keep it up now. Keep your head, keep your life. Gotta get around. Stop the war, stop the murder, keep it up now. Keep your head, keep your life. Gotta get around.
Many punk lyrics are strongly political. A fatalistic view of the world prevails. This generation has grown up facing the possibility of the destruction of our world. The bomb and images of death and destruction are real to them. Rejecting the political system that fostered such fears brings out a fascination with anarchy.
A lot of people think that the whole scene is anarchy and destroy this and destroy that, when actually it's not like that at all. A major portion of the people in the scene, they believe in anarchy in a way that they don't want to overthrow the government. They don't want to take over anything. They just want to change it and make it more for the people and less for the politicians and the rich people, and basically what they're saying is they're fed up with, you know, everybody telling them, yeah, this is the way we're going to do things. We're going to have wars. We're going to have high taxes and things like that. And they don't agree with that, and they want to rebel in a way that they can change the system. They want to make the world better for everybody. And there's probably radicals in the scene that want to do it through terrorism and things like that, but you're going to get that in any kind of culture, any kind of group of people that you've got. And I think most of the people that are into the music scene want to go about it peacefully, except for Joey here. He wants to, he's an aggressive Italian.
There's a lot of different ideas, but the main idea is that the system is just really not right, and it's messing everything up for all of us. And you know, we're this generation, and it can't be this way for us. We want to grow up in we want everybody to be happy and like unity, but it's not like that. It's sad. Blind leading the blind means, okay, It means that there is a leader. There is a leader, and he is just as stupid as the people who are following him. He's blind, and they're blind. So it's called blind leading the blind. Does that make sense? It should.
And so anywhere, there are all these leaders, and they're lame, because all they care about is putting bombs here and there to like, be even with each other, and in the end, what is it going to do? It's not going to do anything.
Do you want to see our handshake? We'll show it to you. Come here. Okay, this is the blind leading the blind handshake. Okay, all right. Remember that.
TSOL, seriously, loves the United States. And there's no better place to be living in than the United States.
Well, I like the flag. Everybody ought to get one as they come in the door, you know?
Well, as we get bigger, that's going to happen, you know? And the bigger we get, the bigger the flag.
The reason we do music, really, I don't think is to give a message, because we really just do it because there's like nothing else that we really can. I mean, what else are we going to do? Wash dishes someplace? I mean, it's like, oh, yeah, still won't pop the rest of our lives. No, so it's like just something for us to do. We're not really doing it to get a message across, really, but there's a message in our music, but I don't know what that is, really. I mean, all our songs are about different things. I mean, we don't like really got one message or nothing. We're not trying to save the world or nothing. You know what I mean?
Not unlike the hippie movement of the 60s, today's punks are trying to be different, to rock the status quo and to express their frustration over the condition of the world. But the 60s feeling of power and optimism has been replaced by fear, anger, and feelings of powerlessness, which find expression in the music, dance, and dress of the punks. There is violence in the scene, but in Tucson at least, it is tempered by compassion, idealism, and an ever-present sense of humor.
Guess what? Chicken butt.